If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the WoW in transmogs. Give an equal time to the Tauren ladies here with the shoulders. Primal Gladiators plate shoulder guards. WoD PvP vendor 3 marks of honor to pick up the WoD PvP shoulders. Next up, the chest, which you really can't see behind that tabard. Spiderfang carapace. Blackrock depths. Headroom the creeper. 31% on the drop rate to pick up the shoulders. Next up, the belt, which is straight out of the MOP PvP vendor. Grievous Gladiator's Girdle of Accuracy. If you hoard, it'll be prideful. As I look at this set, I really like the black and blue and silver. It works great. The legs, Sentinels plate Laggards, Ashen Veil, or if you hoard, Northern Barons. The Silver Wings Supply Officer, 28 gold. So that's easy pickup. The feet, Primal Gladiators War Boots of Cruelty, WoD PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor to pick up the feet. And next up, the hands, Primal Gladiators plate Gauntlets, WoD PvP vendor, 2 marks of honor to pick up the hands. Horde might be a different color, I'm not really sure. Death Chill Cloak, Wrath of the Lich King level tailoring. Check your local tailor or auction house. Got an arc showing the Tabard of the Lightbringer, which is a quest reward if you kill the Lich King with a DK or any kind of plate wearer who has Frostmourne. The head, as you can see, part of the same tier set as a few other pieces we've already mentioned. And the weapon, Maul of Tyranny, which is straight out of Hellfire Citadel, heroic, 14% drop. There's a rare combination with this set, and that is it looks spectacular and it's easy to pick up. Laystone Pauldrons, Legion level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your auction house to pick up the crafted shoulders from Legion. Now we're going to go to vanilla, British breastplate, Zul'Farrak, various mobs, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick up that breastplate. Now we're moving on to Human Dude, the belt. Plate belt of the War Healer, Siege of Orgrimmar. That belt gives this set some flair, really brings out the gloves, the shoulders, and the boots, which the latter 3 are all part of crafted from Legion. The legs, part of the same drop set from vanilla, British Laggards, same place to pick them up as the chest. The feet are Laystone boots, Legion level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house to get those boots. Next up, we're going to go with the hands, which of course are also the crafted piece from Legion level blacksmithing. Laystone gauntlets, or you can just step up. You can pick it up on the auction house, so you can find a blacksmith or find it on the auction house. Drape of Gluttony. This really ties it in. So the belt, the weapon, and the cape really tie this set in very nicely. The head, Savage Gladiators plate helm. Wrath of the Lich King PvP vendor, 3 marks of honor to pick that up. And the weapons, Skull Stealer, the Great Axe, Fireland, Shanix, 12% drop rate. I made this set for DKs initially, but then I thought, you know what, works for warriors too. Pauldrons of the Dragonblight, Hour of Twilight, kind of reminds me of that vampire series. No, I don't like this set anymore. The chest piece is the Spiderfang carapace. Black Rock Depths, Headroom the Creeper is the boss. 32% on the drop rate to pick up the chest. The belt, as being shown by the Undead Lady, Cruel Combatants, Dreadplate Girdle, Legion PvP vendor. That's Alliance only, by the way. Marks of honor to pick up the entire set, just simply because that's the way Blizzard set it up. Sentinels plate Laggards, Ashen Veil, or the Northern Barons, depending on your faction. Basically, it's the Silver Wing Supply Officer. And Ashen Veil, 28 gold, very easy to pick up. The feet, Chrono Boots, End Time, Morazan's Temporal Cash, 11% on the drop rate, doing the spin, showing the Gilded Thurian Cloak. But first, we're going to get into the hands here. The Gauntlets of Temporal Interference, End Time, drops from all 4 Echo bosses, so 14% on the drop rate there. Next up, we got a Lady Draenor showing the back, Gilded Thurian Cloak, Karazhan, Burning Crusade version, Terrestrian Hillhoof, 17% drop rate, and the head, the Demon Breaker Helm, Hellfire Citadel, Cormrock, kind of a fair drop rate, pick up that helm, And the weapon is straight out of Siege of Orgrimmar Heroic, 18% drop rate. Looking sharp here for warriors. Colossal Dragonplate, Pauldrons, Dragon Soul Heroic, Haggara the Stormbinder, 19% drop rate. The chest, which you really can't see behind that tabard, breastplate of Terminal End. That's from Time Walking Black Temple, Inquisitor Meadow. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the chest. Next up, the belt, which is Grievous Gladiator's Girdle of Accuracy. And if you want to be accurate and your Horde, you got to buy the Prideful version. Mob PvP vendor, Horde or Alliance, doesn't matter, 1 Mark of Honor for both. The legs, Greaves of Mercurial Allegiance. The Burning Throne, Varamathras, 11% on the drop rate for the legs. Next up, we have an undead dude showing the feet. Not really, kinda sorta he has. Kneebreaker boots. Stormwinter Orgrimmar, Valor Quartermaster, 275 gold. The hands, Masterwork Spirit Guard, Gauntlets, Mop level blacksmithing. Check your local blacksmith or your local auction house. The back, Azor Silk Cape, Vanilla level tailoring. Check your local tailor or your local auction house. Should be very cheap to pick that up. The tabard, August Sentinel's Tabard, Veil of the Eternal Blossoms, the Quartermaster, or you basically need gold and some kind of rep to pick that up. The head, part of the same tier set as the shoulders at a Dragon Soul Heroic, decent drop rate on that. And the weapon, Calamity's Edge, Hellfire Citadel Heroic, Archimond is the boss. I'm going to start off with the shoulders, which you're going to get out of Tomb of Sargeras LFR version. The Desolate Host, 9% on the drop rate to pick up the Grave Dredge Pauldrons. Now the shoulders, the belt, the gloves, the boots, all from LFR and Legion, so they're all part of the same set. Worm Skull Breastplate, as you can see, Dalron, the controller, or you can just buy it on the auction house to get the chest. The belt, Soul Render's Great Belt, Tomb of Sargeras, LFR, Kill Jaden is the boss. Kind of a low drop rate, but look at that belt. I think it was really, really worth it. Sticking with the Cultiran, and we're going to go with the legs, Worm Skull Leg Plates. That is a drop set from Dungeons in Wrath of the Lich King. Part of the same set as the chest, various mobs in the Nexus, or you could buy it on the auction house. Looking sharp on a Lady Night Owl Spiked Terrorwake. Great boots, Tomb of Sargeras, LFR. Various mobs, or you could just buy it on the auction house. And the hands, Cliffbreaker Gauntlets, Timeless Isle. It's one of those Timeless Plate armor caches that you're going to have to open. And Waycrest Guard's Cloak, which is Drusvar, basically a quest reward or a world quest reward. And the tabard is Suramar, First Arcanist, blah, 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 blah. That's easy to get. Steel, Reinforced Cage Helm, Dark Moon Isle, the Death Metal Knight, 5% on the drop rate, and the weapon, Torch of the Damned, Black Temple, Essence of Anger. The shoulders are straight out of Siege of Orgrimmar, Sun Tenderheart, 15% on the drop rate for the Dark Fallen shoulder plates. What's the difference between shoulder guards and shoulder plates? I don't really know. Next up, we have the chest, Gleaming Valkyr Cuirass, Trial of Valor Heroic version. Odin is the boss. Kind of a fair drop rate to pick up the chest piece. Next up, we're going to go with a Zondalari Dude Troll and the Bubbling Anime Belt. Siege of Orgrimmar, Sun Tenderheart also drops the belt, as well as the shoulders, 18% on the drop rate. Talk about a little bit of convenience there. The legs, Gold or Goldrun. I was thinking Goldrun, you know, from Cata, but no, I was wrong. Trial of Valor Heroic, Odin is the boss. The feet, Treads of Unchained Hate. Boy, that sounds pretty angry. Siege of Orgrimmar, Tears of the Veil, 18% on the drop rate, doing spins, showing the cloak, which we'll get to. But first, here are the hands, Gauntlets of Insane Calculations. Siege of Orgrimmar, Kilruck, the Wind Reaver. What a name. 22% on the drop rate for the hands. And now we're going to go to the cloak, which is the Parrot Feather Cloak, Freehold, Sky Captain Crag, 11% on the drop rate. Why do I always picture a parrot when I say that? Rage Blind Great Helm is the head out of Siege of Orgrimmar, 13% on the drop rate. and the weapon, which really works well with this set. Icecrown Citadel, normal mode, 10-man, the Lich King himself. If you're still listening up and until now, I want to say thank you for watching, and I'll close out by saying what I always say: whatever it is by you, whether it is morning, afternoon, or night, make your day epic.